Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Reeti and I'm back with another lecture in the OS series. In the last lecture, we learned about embedded operating system. In this particular video, we would be learning about multiprocessing operating system. So without any further ado, let's get started. So what is this multiprocessing operating system? So we learned about multi-programming as well as multitasking operating system. There we learned that how in multi-programming, if there is any program which is waiting for an input-output operation, the CPU switches to another program. In multitasking, the CPU switches to different program within some fixed interval of time. So what was the need of this multiprocessing operating system? So multitasking works by rapidly switching the CPU's attention between different processes. Now this creates an illusion of parallelism, but in reality only one process is actively using the CPU at any given instant. So basically in multitasking, what was happening, if there were multiple processes P1, P2, P3, P4, so basically CPU used to switch between all these different processes at some fixed interval of time, which was making us feel that all these processes are running in parallel. But ideally there was only one CPU on which all the processes were running and they were just switching between different intervals of time. Now with multitasking, the CPU becomes a bottleneck. Now what if, like, here I am only consider 4 processes, but what if there are 1000 processes? So even though CPU is switching between different processes, it will still take more time, because switching between 1000 processes is something which will take a lot of time, correct? So the CPU spends more time switching between them and the performance of individual process can suffer. So basically, since there is only a single CPU on which all the processes are running and CPU has to switch between each process, so CPU is kind of being a bottleneck, correct? Because if there is any issues in the CPU, or maybe there are multiple processes which has been introduced, so maybe for that all process to switch between all those processes, it will take a lot of time. So here is what this multiprocessing concept comes into picture. So basically multitasking allows multiple processes to run concurrently on a single processor. So what happens in multitasking is, since there are a lot of processes and they do context switch and all the processes run concurrently, it gives us a view that all the processes are running parallelly, but exactly they're not running parallelly, because they're using the same CPU resource for all the process execution. So for example, the chef quickly switches between the dishes, stirring one, chopping vegetables for another, and so on. It seems like they are cooking everything at once, but they are really just working on one dish at a time. Now coming to multiprocessing. So it allows multiple processes to run concurrently on multiple processors. So here in multitasking, there was a single processor, but here there are multiple processors. So earlier there was a single processor on which there were lot of processes which were running concurrently, but now there are different processors as well. So because of which the true parallelism is achieved. So here we can say that enabling true parallel execution. Now what are the examples? So now imagine the chef has helpers, multiple cores or CPU. Here you can consider helpers as the multiple cores or multiple CPUs. Each helper can work on a different dish simultaneously. This allows the kitchen to produce food much faster. So here they were all working, or the chef was only working on the one dish. But here there is a chef as well as there are helpers which are helping. So that is why the time taken here is less and the time taken here is more. So a multiprocessing operating system is an operating system that supports multiple CPUs or cores working simultaneously to execute multiple processes in parallel with a single computer system. So basically there is a single computer system only, but there are multiple processors which are present in that particular single computer system. Unlike a single processor system, basically multitasking, where only one process runs at a time, multiprocessing operating system distribute the workload among multiple processors, improving performance and efficiency. So basically distribute the workload between multiple processors, which helps to improve the efficiency as well as the performance. The example of Unix, Linux, Windows Server and Mac OS. Now what are the key characteristics? The first one is multiple CPUs. The system has more than one processing unit, allowing for true parallel execution. Now the next one is shared resources. So processors often share resources like memory and input-output devices. So there could be multiple processors, but the memory and input-output devices are shared among all these processors. Now the third one is coordination. So the operating system must coordinate the activities of the different processors to ensure proper execution and prevent conflicts. So there could be a possibility of conflicts as well. So there is a proper coordination which is also involved here, so that there are no conflicts which is coming. So here you can see that there are multiple processor, processor 1, processor 2, processor 3 and processor 4, and here there is a memory as well as input output device. Now any process it can either come to processor 1, processor 2, processor 3, processor 4. So because of which the true parallelism is achieved. Now let's learn about type of multiprocessing. First one is symmetric multiprocessing. Second is asymmetric multiprocessing. Now in symmetric one, all the processors are treated equally. While in the asymmetric one processor is designated as the master and controls the other processor, that is slave. So there is a master-slave architecture which is followed in the asymmetric one, but in the symmetric all the processors are treated equally. Now each processor runs the same copy of the operating system. Now in the asymmetric one, the master processor assign tasks to the slaves. So basically in symmetric one, any processor can perform any kind of task, but in the asymmetric one there is a master processor which assigns different tasks to the slave processors. Now in the symmetric one, the processors can share memory and input output devices. This is one of the most common type of multiprocessing, and any processor can perform any task. Now in the asymmetric one, this approach can be simpler to implement but may create bottlenecks, because there is a master and slave architecture kind of thing which is involved. There is a master who is assigning other processors the task. Maybe consider that if there is one processor which is needed for the printing purpose, so other processors can't do that particular printing thing, it needs to go to that particular processor only. Now task is divided according to the processor role. So every processor has some dedicated role. So that particular processor is needed for printing, maybe that particular process is needed for other kind of input output process. All those things and all those dedicated kind of role is provided to the processor. So this was all about symmetric and asymmetric multiprocessing. I hope you got the concept of multiprocessing clearly. Multitasking was there, but in multitasking there were different processes which were running on the single processor, but in multiprocessing there are different processes which are running on multiple processors, which is helping to achieve the true parallelism. So this was all about this video. I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first. And if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you have not followed me on my social media handles, you can go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling. Bye all.